in one. Oh, it's going to be my favorite interview this evening on the Hitting the Turnbuckle podcast as we go NWA. But before we interview our guest that I've kind of given away at the minute, first things first, fresh again. We'll say fresh from Bret Hart, and not quite fresh, but revitalized. Fee.
Fresher than I was when we recorded earlier this afternoon. We're doing okay. We have caffeine. We're hanging in there.
We have caffeine. We're hanging in. Yes, we certainly. I was drinking, I think, caffeine through that podcast. Fun enough. But enough of us, Fee. We got an exciting guest this evening. My favorite tag team in the NWA. We got one half of them on here right now. Crockett Cup winners. Finally, 2025 aired last week on Power on Roku. It is the man giant himself. It is Odinson. Welcome to the show, sir.
Oh, thank you guys. I appreciate that so much.
Um,
Oh, it's so great to be recognized as the Crockett Cup champions. Let me tell you, this is my
Uh,
third year competing for the Crockett Cup. So it's just, yeah, it's a dream come true for real. So
First thing,
thank you so much.
Absolutely delighted for you, honestly. Like, I'm going to let you into a
Mhm.
little secret. I have not been able to view your match yet. For some reason,
Ah,
can't get it, but I will get to it. But congrats, honestly. Adam and I were chuffed to bits when we found out. So really,
yes.
really pleased for you and Kratos.
thank you so much. Thank you.
Definitely. So,
Yes.
just as an add to that story, me and so obviously over here in the UK, we can't get Roku, the sports channel that NWA.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, so we have to use a VPN. We've got the same VPN on different accounts. Mine works, Fiona's works intermittently. So I've seen every episode of Power since the movie.
Oh,
Fiona
I get to
hasn't.
see like every second week the way it's working just
oh,
now. So I'll
oh
keep
my God.
trying.
Right. Yeah, I hate that. Yeah,
But
catch up for sure.
with free will. First things first, how was my AHOO? Was that spot on? Did I get that right?
That was good. That was very good.
All
Yeah.
right. Um,
Oh, Kratos had to teach me. So yeah, I was
Well,
learning as well.
I was gonna ask, how did that come about? Because it's become a thing, and you guys come out in the ring, and the crowds are all going for it. Was that an accidental thing, or a planned thing, or?
I think it was the connection of Kratos's character with the Spartans
Hmm.
okay.
because the Kratos character is like a Spartan, like a ghost that got brought, like an immortal
Yeah,
demigod kind of guy that had the Spartan ashes all over him. So it's kind of like that Spartan 300 type.
yeah,
Ooh. And like, I'm right on line with that. And I'm like, oh, hell yeah, bro. Like,
and
that's awesome.
it's
I love
taken
it.
off with the fans as well, because you can hear it when you walk into the
Oh,
arenas. You can
yeah.
hear it, so.
Oh, yeah. It's catchy. Like, yeah, it's good, man. And like, I couldn't even imagine if we were there in these arenas on a weekly basis, everybody be going nuts. Oh,
Do you know
yeah.
what you need? Do you know what you need to do? You need to get the deal machine on making an AHOO t-shirt.
Oh, we're in the works. We're in the
Oh,
works with
nice
some
one.
gimmicks for sure. Oh yeah,
Yeah,
we're
happy
coming up
Adam.
with some.
That
Yep,
that
yep. No, for sure.
that will be
Yeah,
my
we're
first.
thinking on it. We're thinking on it.
That will
Hmm.
be my first piece of NWA merch if I ever if
Oh
that.
hell yeah. Okay, yes. Me and Kratos were just talking about this yesterday. Literally, yeah. That's awesome.
But Fee, you've never AHOO'd.
I have never had. I think I have in my own private personal time, I'm sure. But you've kind of like, yeah, this conversation could be going a completely different direction, Adam. You might have wanted to rephrase that.
Yeah. Ah, yeah, that's a conversation for
Let's
the
just leave that right there. Let's
yeah.
park that one.
Yeah, let's partner one. That'll be available for the patrons on there, hitting the turnbuckle
Yeah, that,
podcast.
yeah.
As were the feet earlier on.
The foot
Yeah,
pictures of
yeah,
me yahooing. Yeah, there
yeah.
you go.
Anyway, let's get back to reality. Look, Crockett Cup owners. So look, you were there even last year. You come so close this year, like we said,
Yeah.
victory happened. Did it feel like a bit, that bit of vindication though? You were there last year, you didn't quite get the job done this year. I mean, you say it's your third time. Last year so close, this time victory. Was it just that vindication now of the Immortals are not say like are officially there, but they are now physically etched in stone Crockett Cup winners?
Right. Right. Yeah, no, at this point we're made men, you know.
Mm.
Like we're made. We're Crockett Cup champions. Like nobody can say shit anymore. Last year was definitely like a huge, just like kick in the nuts type situation. Literally, I think both of us got kicked in the nuts that match. So yeah, just from it just being taken last year, and just, you know, everybody was like, "You guys had it. It was yours,"
It
you
was
know, and
just
just like,
there, yeah.
and it's just like, yeah, and it's just like, yeah, we know, like if you go back in just the last 30 seconds of that match, you can just see the type of tactics they had to go to win. And so, yeah, this year was just like, finally, we're getting our our fucking trophy, our prize that we've been fighting for so long. Like, it really means a lot to both of us. Like I said, like Kratos is ex, you know, tag champion with Aaron Stevens.
Mm.
And you know, I've been tagging for 5+ years, you know, almost consistently. So tag team wrestling is a big deal to us, you know. We're not just like some team that got thrown together randomly and just because like they needed a tag team. It's like we both love tag team wrestling. Like, it's important. And so, yeah, to win that is like a huge deal. And, you know, like for the Road Warriors being the first Crockett Cup winners, like that's someone who we look up to, and just like we both really love, you know, all their shit. And so for them to be the first ones and now we're the latest ones, shit, it's really cool. Like literally our names are going to be
on that trophy,
wrapped around, I think, literally next to each other, because there's no more room around that bottom. Wow. I think we're the last plate on that bottom thing. So like the Road Warriors are first, and then we're all the way around right next to them. So it's just like, it's surreal. Like, it's really, really cool.
It's a beautiful cup. It's a beautiful trophy. I have seen it. I have photos of it. I have to ask, do you get to keep it, or is it under lock and key somewhere else?
See, and that's the thing that we were really big on. It's like we wanted to bring the cup with us for a while. And like, obviously we're not going to fly with that on the plane or anything. No. Like, that thing's literally half our size and weight. Like,
it's like a giant. Whole suitcase worth.
Oh yeah, I can't even imagine how much that would be to fly. So like, it stays in the NWA like truck, you know, with everything else. But like, it comes to every show, and we made a point of it. Every show after that we're doing, we're physically bringing it out with us and putting it at the top of the ramp and making it important.
I'm right, you know. So. I'd be doing it. I'd be taking it to the supermarket with me. I'd be like, look what
that's what I'm saying. Yeah. No, exactly. Like, why not? We're the champs for at least a whole year. Like, let's do something with it, you know? So like, no, that's something we made a point of, is like, we want it for our entrance every time we compete, to make it a point. We are the Crockett Cup champions for at least a year. You know, so as long as we can physically bring it out with us, we're gonna. But as far as us traveling with it, no.
You should make your little mini ones that you can have, like little mini replicas.
Oh, right. Yeah. No, that would be cool.
Sort it out, Billy.
That's a good gimmick. Yeah, no, I like that as a merch idea. I like that.
Yeah, that would work.
For real though, yeah.
Next to your AHOO t-shirts. That would be next to them.
Oh, bro, I'm telling you, they're coming. They're coming.
I can't wait. It was either that. It was going to be like a pretty. I was going to wear like, you know, I was going to get a pretty empowered top initially, because my favorite women's wrestler was Pain Sisters. But when you guys started doing, we're circling back to AHOO a lot here. But that was my favorite thing. I've been saying it on here for ages, and it was just like, now if it's going to be a top, that is something.
I'll buy you a t-shirt, Adam. How's that? I will gift you a t-shirt.
Yes, definitely. But look, we're getting, obviously, look, we know that obviously we can't say anything on it, but you have taped NWA 77. That's coming up soon on Power on Roku. But I just wanted to talk about the news that has broken today because it's got myself and Fiona were talking about it on the podcast. Shotzi debuting at Samhain for the NWA. Now, this is a big
Oh,
deal. If you look at the names of people. And I think Matt Cardona's going to be there, so those two are having a bit of an issue on the independent scene right now. But is that testament to where the NWA is today? The names like Cardona, like Shotzi, like the other big names that you've
You
had
had
come on,
Natty at
Natty at the Crockett Cup and stuff like that. Is that testament to where the NWA is, that these names actually want to come to the NWA and compete?
right. Yeah, no, I definitely think so. The NWA has a name and has a legacy and always will. And I mean, it's the OG basically of wrestling. I mean, the championships are iconic. Like the ring's iconic. To the whole look is iconic. Like it's just, like I don't know why anyone wouldn't want to work for them. So like I just saw that today. Shotzi going to be there, and I think that's awesome. I think she's great. I worked with her a lot coming up on the indies and stuff. So I've been around her a lot, and I think she's a great worker, great character, everything. And it's going to be awesome to see her in an NWA ring. And Cardona, he's been NWA a lot. So yeah, I mean, he thinks it's important as well. And we did. Me and him had a match. I think like a year ago. Yeah. I gave him a pounce. It was, pounced the shit out of him. He got his foot on the rope, or else that would have been, in the books. But yeah, no, I think the NWA almost more than anything, like when I bring it up to random people on the street, it's literally, if they don't know WWE, they know NWA. Like I start naming Ric Flair, Dusty Rhodes, and Road Warrior. It's just like, oh yeah. They start telling stories about, so like everybody has that. It's nostalgia, it's nostalgic, like the most nostalgic wrestling promotion ever, I would say. And nostalgia is the number one weakness of human beings. So like,
exactly,
it's nostalgia is always going to win, so
that's
I think it's a good thing. I think, of course.
That's
NWA,
how I started.
baby.
Yeah, so that's how I started watching it, because Fiona's been watching it years and years. And
my baby.
yeah, your baby. And we interviewed, Fiona was actually a guest that we interviewed once, because I'm obviously the inside the ropes and what she does in Scotland for the wrestling scene. And it was that very night we'd finished the podcast on the Tuesday. And Fiona, you tweeted out, it become like a ritual. It was a weekly ritual. It was your cup of tea, your cake, your laptop, NWA Power. And I just messaged Fiona and I just said, like, what are you watching? And she was like, NWA. And like you, I've literally gone, oh, you're watching the stuff from the 80s, like back in. And she was like, no, this is a weekly television program it was on YouTube at the time, and it was in from their fee that it all started for us, really, for me.
Yeah, very much so, very much so. And now he's just watching. He gets to see it more than I do now.
Yes,
right.
I do. That's my thing was. But going back, you mentioned that, and there's more to the end of it, because there's so like iconic arenas that they go to as well. And I always say this one because it always does. Samhain 1 was one of the best, and it was like was it a theater? I'm sure it was a theater that you guys were in, and in
Ohio.
Yes,
right.
Yeah, exactly. That was a theater. You was at the 2300 for the Crockett Cup as well, which is an awesome.
Yes, that theater. Real quick, that theater was amazing. That building, except for the theater and like all its components, was like abandoned and empty. But it was like huge.
Yeah.
And there was a guy that gave like me and 6 other wrestlers like a tour before the show, basically showing us around the building. And it's like all the old Oh, what's it called? The Freemason, like the
Okay. Yeah.
Freemason type
Yeah.
stuff. Like they had all the old Freemason like room and like the swords and like the coins
Wow.
and like the chairs and like
Right.
it was really cool. I actually took a couple coins. I was like, oh, there's
Shh,
a
we
couple
won't tell
thousand.
anyone. It's
Yeah,
fine.
just yeah. No, I was like, these are magic or something. Like I gotta have a couple. But like it was so cool. Like we were just being shown around. The place was giant, and like in my phone, I have I think like 100 pictures that I took
Yeah.
throughout that building. And like yeah, the arena itself was just the seats and everything. I remember working it and coming out. Like it looked so cool.
Because it was like an amphitheater, wasn't it? Kind of
Yeah,
circular, and then you're at the bottom, and the seats are all
yeah.
like. I
Like in
love
an
it.
oval, like going up. Like
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. It was really really cool.
It was an incredible venue, and obviously the 2300, like we mentioned, he'd been there a few
Oh
times.
yeah.
That's always a place. Obviously, Rhino was there last time. Did you have a
Yep.
pounce with your pounce against his gore? That would have been an interesting.
Yes, actually. Okay, the first show Rhino was at NWA. I think it was a multi-man tag match,
Uh-huh.
and I hit the pounce on Daisy Kill. He was in the middle of the ring. He just pinned somebody, and he was like taunting, doing something. And I hit the ropes, going full speed, hit him from the side, pinned him, eliminated him, and came back. After the match, everything. And Rhino came up to me, and like I think we just like shook hands, earlier in the day.
Yeah.
We didn't talk at all. But like, yeah, he came up to me and he was like, "Hey, bro, that was really good shit out there. I enjoyed it." And I was like, "Oh fuck yeah!" Like, and I was like, it had to be the pounce. He liked the pounce. That's what it was. Like,
Passionate man.
so yeah, no, pounce versus gore. That would be awesome.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'd pay to see that actually. I'd be down for that.
yeah,
Oh, that would be good.
it
Yeah,
would be.
finisher versus finisher match. I
Yeah.
feel like I haven't seen one of those in a long time.
No, well, that's a good thing about the NWA as well, because you mentioned the nostalgia and stuff like that, and I always go back to this when we have guests on, but it's like it's so nice that when Damage hits a drop kick, the match is over. That's kind of like you win with elbow drops and like the stuff that was when Macho Man used to fly off the top rope in the 80s and the 90s, and it gets to the finisher was hit, it's over. And I love the fact that these old school finishers are doing the job in 2025 as well. It's brilliant.
Yes, I agree. I agree 1000%. Like a finish is a finish. Like, we go to wrestling school, that's what we're taught. Your finish
Yeah.
is a finish. If it's not going to be the finish, why is it your finish?
Yeah.
Like, and it's not ridiculous. Like, yeah, if he has a fucking great drop kick and hits both feet to your face and kicks the shit out of you, why wouldn't that be a finish?
Yeah.
Like that's what I love about like NWA is my the pounce has been my main finish.
Yeah.
And I can hit it on anyone out of nowhere. Just boom. I just need like not even 2 seconds. Boom. Let me hit the rope. Finish. And I mean, that's the way it should be. I think shit gets too ridiculous to where, especially where people who don't watch wrestling 24/7, casual fan who haven't seen wrestling, they start seeing 20, 30 falsies, ridiculous. Like, how do you explain that to a normal
Yeah.
person?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
I
It's very
just like,
difficult.
it's like if you saw that in a movie, you would just be like, like what's going on? So no, I love the whole style of NWA. I think especially just casual and people who aren't already fans of wrestling. I think NWA is the most easiest thing that they could understand and get into and enjoy and understand as a fight. Because at the end of the day, that's what it is. It's supposed to be a fight.
Yeah.
So it's not, Lucha can do their own thing and be acrobatic, best trick contest, but NWA we're fighting. So you get hit in the face, that you get hit in the face. It doesn't matter
You're
if you
going
do a
down,
flip before you
basically.
get hit in the face, like, or a somersault, like, so I think the style is different than everybody else. And I think it's a good thing. I think it's understandable and realistic, and normal people can understand it.
Yeah, definitely.
So I just think if on a broad scale, everybody saw every wrestling, normal people saw all of wrestling, I think NWA would definitely top out everything for that's what non-wrestling fans would watch to get into wrestling.
Yeah,
For sure.
I agree entirely. Go on, Fee, off you go.
No, I was just going to say, obviously, you've been in NWA for quite some time now, with Kratos. How did that kind of tag team come about? Like, was this something that was pre-NWA for you guys, or did you meet when you both kind of came along? How did that whole partnership with Kratos, how did that begin?
I came into NWA as a tag team with Pero,
With Paro, yeah.
and it was kind of coming off our third All Japan tour. That I think we've done four this time at this point, and it's always as a tag team. So we're kind of known as a tag team over there. So after our third tour, we came back for the Crockett Cup, and that was kind of like our first kind of big NWA thing. Like we had done a couple tapings before that, but that was like
Mhm.
now we're into NWA type thing. And that was right before Kratos and Aaron were tag team champions. So I think we had one match against them actually.
Okay.
Um, so we were both tag team like guys kind of from the beginning. And then we both after the first, yeah, because that second, I've been in 4 Crockett Cups, but only 3 for the tag Crockett Cup. The second year was with Masters. So yeah, me and Pero had split from NWA, and I was doing like singles stuff for a while.
Hmm.
And Aaron and Kratos lost the titles, and then they split and feuded, and then they were kind of doing singles things. And then it was kind of just like it was almost like it got booked, like almost like as a joke, like me and Kratos being a tag team together, like kind of because like guys knew we would try to like one up each other. And so that's kind of like how our tag team started. Like we just like we didn't do any double team anything. It was
Yeah.
just like whatever you do, I'm gonna do bigger. But it wasn't like an angry I hate you thing. It was just like a friendly competition type thing.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you think you're good? Well, look at this, type thing. And then we just became friends after that and just became like a real tag team. So it was like, I think management saw that we worked as a tag team and our gimmicks are so similar
Yeah.
as far as like, our mindset. Like, we're both just like, this is what we do. Like, we're warriors,
Hmm.
like, this is our profession. This is our number one in life. This is, we have that same mindset type thing.
Yeah. Well,
Um,
it certainly paid off, obviously. Crockett Cup champions. Congratulations again. You were mentioning your gimmick there. You come out with this little tin can spray thing, silver.
mm,
Can
yeah,
I
yeah, yeah,
ask, what is
yeah.
it? Or is that a big
Uh,
a
I
big
mean,
secret that you're not willing to share? Which is fine, but I
I
have
mean,
to
I mean,
ask,
are you asking like what is actually in the can, or like what is the purpose of the
what is the
gimmick?
purpose? What is the purpose?
I mean, the purpose is so basically, as a Viking like I am, I hopefully leave this world in battle someday so I can walk the halls of Valhalla. So when I enter the gates of Valhalla, I want to be shiny and chrome. So before every battle, I make sure that I am shiny and chrome for the All Father, so that if I do perish in battle, I can enter the gates of Valhalla. And it's basically a war paint kind of mental type thing.
Okay.
It's not. I mean, God, they bring it up on commentary every match. It's like, oh, what's in that spray?
Yeah.
Billy's got to be like, we test it, okay? There's nothing. Like, he literally told the dude, like, shut the fuck up about it last time. Like, drop it, bro. Like, oh, what's in the spray paint? It's like, okay, like you talk about this every time. It's good, bro. Like, yeah, so it's nothing crazy. It's more of like a just like visual, mental, spiritual thing.
Okay.
There we go. There we go. But Crockett Cup winners usually means one other thing. Tag team championships. Now, currently, of course, you're not tag team championships or champions, sorry, but surely the Crockett Cup winners should automatically get that opportunity to become tag team champions.
I agree. And I always assumed that that's what the Crockett Cup winners would receive for the victory. So that's what I'm assuming Kratos and I will get. I don't know when. I don't know who's going to be the champions, but I mean, we just beat the current champions of the Crockett Cup. No big deal. Yeah. But yeah, I would assume that we would be going against the champions, hopefully sooner rather than later, because I got to tell you, we're feeling pretty good about this Crockett Cup win. Like, we're flying high right now, brother. So yeah, those championships are definitely in our visual right now. That's our number one goal on our mind. So I'm getting psyched out just talking about it, man. I can't wait.
They definitely sound like they have they are calling your name.
Right. I would say they would look real good on us, that's for sure.
It might be sooner than you think, because what we've seen of the current champions with Knox and Murdoch, it's looking a little bit shaky between them at the moment, or not. Trevor in particular is looking like maybe there's some things going on. He's just being up to walls. He was looking slightly unhinged the other week, the last time we saw him. But in the NWA, there is some pretty formidable tag teams kicking about, and I think the tag team division in the NWA is really, really strong at the moment. What do you think of the newer tag teams that are starting to make an appearance? So the newer guys, the kind of former territory guys that have come through, like the Slime Balls, like Lev and Alex Misery and things like that. Is it good for you to have that kind of fresh talent coming in for you to basically show your dominance against? I guess.
I mean, yeah, that's a good way to put it. That's what it would be and is when we face guys like that. But again, those are two really good examples of guys who want to be tag teams and enjoy being tag teams. And that's what we want to face, to exactly what you said, assert our dominance and show that we are the greatest tag team walking the planet.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what we care about. And I'm assuming them being tag team guys, they care about being champions as well. So I would hope that they're hungry and, they're young guys. And, we face the Slime Balls at the Crockett Cup and they can bring it, but they haven't been able to topple Kratos and I yet. And I don't know when they're going to be able to, but good on them for trying. And, I got respect for these guys. And I don't know. I can't put tag team wrestling over enough, honestly, if I never did singles ever again, I don't think I would regret it. Like, obviously I would do it and I would enjoy it and it would be awesome, but I don't think it's anything. I don't. Tag team wrestling's right there. But, the world tag team championships are right there with the World Heavyweight Championship.
Yeah.
They're on the same level. It should be presented on the same level. It should be respected the same. And I hope Kratos and I winning the cup, we can move on and bring more respect to the tag team division and spread out more and face these young guys and face these other tag teams. And, like hopefully we could do some cross promotion stuff like Kenzie did with Natty and stuff, face some tag teams from some other promotions and show everybody why tag team wrestling is important and why, it's entertaining. I mean, shit, you got two good tag teams out there. You're never going to be bored.
Yeah.
No, definitely.
So,
Do you know, I was thinking, Phoebe, now you said that, they should come over here because I've got a tag team that I would love them to kick the shit out of. And that is a team called yes, that is a team called Mark True and Kieran Lacey. Now, as a side note, Mark True was so we've got a championship on the scene over here in the UK, and it's at a company called Ignite Wrestling. And Mark was our champion, and he once upon a time, before he lost it, much to my happiness, he decided that he was going to throw that championship at me during a show. And I just got, what would be the best thing is to have Odinson pounce the shit out of Mark and knock him into like the third or fourth row of Shenley Road. I can't think. There's going to be a video coming out of me chopping Mark True very soon. But I would love nothing more than you to pounce that guy into next.
Oh, set it up, bro. Set it up. I'm so down.
Oh, that would
I don't think you know how happy pouncing people makes me. Like, legitimately, like it's my favorite thing. Like, I hit a good pounce. It's just, it feels so good. Set it up, bro. Set it up. Give me a reason. Give me a reason.
You've got a reason. He threw my belt at me. That's a good enough reason.
Exactly.
That's a better reason for a bit. Going back to the territories, and you mentioned that you saw about cross promotion. I mean, obviously there's some great tag teams down in the actual NWA territories. I mean, Fee, we was watching.
Yeah.
Watch the Throne.
And
yeah,
stuff.
we went and watched Exodus Pro. We're going to be watching it again soon. There's the Stu crew down in JCP as well that are going. But the territories are really important for the future of the NWA. We've seen a lot of them now start to appear on Power, Pastor CeeLo, Pretty Boy Smooth, Tyler Franks, and people like that. But they are just a really good thing about the NWA kind of going back to the old school and having that, because now we're going to get to see some of these names that perhaps we hadn't heard of before, and they're going to get their opportunity on Power eventually. But there is some really exciting talent in those territories, and the NWA just seems to be the place to be for wanting to go and learn in territories, but there doesn't seem to be that sort of glass ceiling that you would get maybe elsewhere.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree with you and see what you mean. Because, I've been with the NWA for almost 5 years now. So I've seen kind of how it's evolved and everything. And I think this territory whole gimmick they're doing is great for everybody. It's great for wrestling as a whole. Like, I think this is what wrestling should be, is everybody working together. I think that's the biggest problem with independent wrestling, is everybody is so anti everybody else that it's just like, okay, well, nobody can succeed then. So I think that the territories is awesome, and it gives these young guys a chance to prove themselves. And like, that's what every wrestler is looking for. Like, here's my shot. If I do good, I'll move up. If I don't, I need to keep training and, work at it and try again. Yeah. And I think the opportunities that NWA has for people is awesome, because even if you're just there to set up the ring and help out and everything, I mean, you learn how TV production, everything works. It's TV, like, this is what it is at the top level. Like, this is how it works, so you learn every single thing about how wrestling is supposed to work. It's not just an independent show with somebody with their fucking iPhone walking around recording it, you know?
Yeah.
Like, there's the hard cam. This is this. These are the rules. This is what you have to stick to. And that's
Don't
what
go over
people
your
need.
time.
Right. Because you do these independent shows and they're just like, all right, you guys got 15 minutes. And it's just like, all right, what are we learning? Like, you know, like we need to learn what it's like to be a professional. And that's exactly what NWA is. Like, even if you're backstage there, like you're not fucking around doing anything or else somebody's going to check you. Like, you need to be a professional all the time. And I think NWA is really good for that. And I think it's really good for giving these young guys opportunities. I mean, that's what happened with me almost 5 years ago. You know, I went there and I proved myself, and I've been proving myself ever since. And I'm going to keep proving myself. And, you know, like that's what it is.
Yeah.
And I think that's the most legitimate way to do shit, is just prove yourself as a professional, that you can be professional on every level, and you know how to work, you know how to do everything. Boom, you get your shot, you kill it, you move up. That's it. You know, like it's simple. And I think NWA is really on that, and I think it's really good for wrestling as a whole.
You've got a hell of a locker room for the newer guys coming in, because the experience and the amount of years that you guys have got between you
Oh
is
yeah.
just unbelievable. And the minds that you've got, like for me as a fan, it's mind blowing when you actually sit and think about how long you've all been collectively all been wrestling. The years worth of knowledge is amazing. It must be quite, I don't know, like you've been there for a while, but it must be a little bit daunting for the kind of younger guys to come in and to a locker room and see the likes of Aaron there and like Billy in the corner, who's been in the scene for such a long time as well, and see folk like Baron von Storm and Trevor Murdoch and Tom Latimer and yourselves. Like, I think if I was to walk in, I'd be a bit kind of like a rabbit in the headlights.
Well, I mean, I hope that's what these young guys are like, because walking into any locker room coming up, that's how I feel, no matter what the names were. But like, yeah, the locker room, especially like when I started, it was much more intimate, smaller roster and everything. So we were all in one room, and it would be, you know, it was Aldis, Tyrus, Aaron Stevens, you know, Tim Storm, Jax, Trevor Murdoch, like all these guys, and they're telling these stories, and the locker room was just, you know, everybody's listening to one guy talk type thing. So like when I came in, it was really intimidating, because it was just like, it wasn't like a bunch of 50, 75 extras running around. It was like, this is tiny, you know, there's 20 guys on the roster, and like, that's it, you know, type thing. And coming in, like I was probably like 8 years in the business, and even being 8 years in the business, it's like, I'm the young boy, I'm the green, I'm the kid,
Yeah.
you know, coming in with these guys, you know. So like it was really intimidating for me, but at the same time, I always had confidence in my abilities, so I was never like doubting myself.
Sure.
But at the same time, I was like, oh shit, I'm getting these opportunities against these names. Like right off the bat, the first taping I did for NWA in Atlanta, even being part of a tag team, I got a singles non-title match against Nick Aldis.
Right.
My first time there ever. And, you know, it was kind of like a test type thing, you know, like there should be. And, you know, Peril was out there with me, and Tom was out there with Nick.
Yeah.
You know, and it was a good, you know, I think I gave him a pounce too. I think I got him pretty good. But they ended up like cheating. Obviously he beat me. But that was like my first like real test there. And it was my first weekend there. And, you know, like, so yeah, the roster has always been real deep and tons of knowledge. And like me being 12, 13 years in now, I still feel like the green guy in the locker room. So yeah. I can't even imagine these guys like 1, 2, 3 years in. Like, yeah. Yeah.
Just be a
Well,
sponge.
mind blown,
Be the,
basically.
Right.
be the sponge. Be the sponge and just take it all in. So I do right.
Exactly.
Last couple of questions from us, and then we'll let you go. Right, I've got a match for you that I would love to see Odinson in. It is a singles match, though. I know that you don't do many of
Okay.
those, but I'm just thinking one of the new guys that have come through, our good friend, the Urban Playboy, Pretty Boy Smooth. I'd like to see you two
Oh
take
yeah.
in a single. I'd like to see a pounce on him as well.
Right. Yeah. No, that would be a great match. I love facing dudes bigger than me because 90% of the time I'm bigger than my opponents.
Yeah.
So when there's a guy bigger than me, I'm like, okay, let's go. Now I gotta prove myself. So I think that would be really good. And like we've worked on shows together for years. So I've known him for a long time. But yeah, we've never been in the ring together. But that would be dope. I think that would be a really good match for sure.
Definitely. Book it, Billy.
Yeah, we don't call him the Man Mountain on here for nothing.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's a big old specimen, that guy. Fee, as always, look, it's NWA. I always give you the last question. Now, as a word of warning, Odinson, this last question can be some of the most random shit I've ever heard in my entire life.
Okay.
So be prepared. And Fiona, have you got one
I
ready?
have a question.
Oh, go right ahead.
I
Sorry.
have a question. Right, Odinson,
Yeah.
we've talked on and off all night about your pounds. If your pounds could be any flavor in the world of ice cream, what would it be and why?
Told you it could be weird.
If my pounce could be any flavor of ice cream,
What flavor would you choose it to be?
This is the
oh
last
geez.
Turnbuckle podcast, everyone.
Adam's like mortified.
Okay. Well, I'm always a chocolate guy, so
Okay.
I would go chocolate with hints of gunpowder in there, like just like a burning flame smell, just like car wreck, with some on top of chocolate though.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
Everything tastes better on top of chocolate, right? Well, on that bombshell, Fee.
Thanks for that.
Yeah, the questions get weirder and weirder on this show.
Can't all be about wrestling. You gotta have something else.
Oh yeah, no, yeah.
That is
what
very
came to mind. So that was good. I like that.
That's a good thing. Right, Fee, as we wrap up, look, you've just wrapped up a tour with Bret the Hitman Hart on Inside the Ropes. I know you've got the weekend off this coming week.
I have a weekend off. I haven't had a weekend off in ages. I'm very excited.
Yes. What is on the cards for you?
Oh my God, let me just pull up my calendar and see. So next Friday, which is the 26th of September, I am with PBW at the Dobie Hall in Larbert. And then on Saturday the 27th, I am at Pro 2 Wrestling in Stranraer. And then I am not working again until the 4th of October. I'm at Saltire Pro Wrestling in Arbroath. And then I've got stuff all the way through October. Loads of MC gigs and bits and pieces. So yeah, I'll fill you in on them nearer the time.
You fill me in on them nearer the time. Coming up on this show, Brian Hebner will be joining me next week for an interview with a referee with quite a famous background, isn't it? With a Hebner, obviously. El Hebner was at the Crockett Cup, of course, recently. But as we wrap up now, outside of the NWA, do you have anything going outside of it? Do you have any wrestling planned? And also, where can people find you on social media?
Yeah, shit. Yeah, nothing coming up before Samhain NWA. That's my next gimmick right there. And Odinson of Asgard on all socials is my handle. So follow me on all that shit and keep up with NWA on the Roku channel.
Yes.
And if you got to get a VPN to do it, you got to get that's what you got to do. I'm sorry.
Exactly.
We are hopeful. Roku are putting some fast channels on over here in the UK. They're announcing 40 fast channels.
Fingers crossed.
So hopefully that will be
right.
Then there'll be no excuse fee every week. You'll be able to see it.
I miss
Seriously.
Fantastic. But on that note, we obviously thank you, Odinson, for your time. It's great being talking to you. And I've got to do it one more time before we wrap up. As Fee, you're the one who's very much on the Patron, but
Yeah,
there you go. I've done it.
Done it. There we go. On that note, everybody,
there it is.
In the Turnbuckle podcast. Buckle down, stay safe, and good.